Hi everyone, it's Belle from Barbie Hospital. Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to give a big shout out to all my subscribers and to thank you so much because we've now gone over 100, which is so exciting. And it just makes me feel so happy to have all of you along for this ride with me as I, continue with my doll collecting. So if you haven't already, please do subscribe and let's get into this video. So this house was $8 at my local op shop. And it still has all the electronics working. It's the 2008 model. I'll show you the sounds now. So very funky sounds, as you can see, and I'm really happy that they're working. So there used to be a doll stand on the staircase as well, which would move Barbie up and down the stairs, but my doll stand has snapped off somehow, so I don't know if I'll fix that or not in this series of videos. But yeah, it's missing the top roof as well, which is quite sad. That was the TV room from the pictures I've seen. But the bathroom is the focus of today's video. So we're going to be renovating this bathroom and making it more realistic, more modern. As you can see, it's got those beautiful kitschy pink and blue colors that Barbie loves so much. But for my dolls and my Instagram at the Barbie Hospital, we actually need a more realistic look. So let's get started by sanding off the floor. We're going to sand the walls, sand everything we can. I had a sanding block, which was not the best because you can't really get into those little nooks and crannies that you need to. So I would recommend getting sanding paper and using that. But this did do the job fine. Now I am going to renovate this whole house room by room. So please let me know in the comments below which room you think I should do next. And don't forget to subscribe so you can see the finished product and help me make design decisions along the way by following me on Instagram. And just respond to the polls that I post on my story. Okay, so I'm using household paint. This is a gloss finish. I literally found this in my cupboard at the bottom. I think the previous owners actually had this here for the painting job. So there's quite a bit left, which I was really happy with. And yeah, so it's actual house paint. And this will, last for a long time, give a permanent finish. So I'm going to paint all the floors white and give a bit of a an undercoat to everything else that I want to paint in the room as well. So here we are. I've done all the walls, the sink top, is that what you call it? The counter, and the floors, they've had a few coats now. I will probably give them one more before I'm done. I actually decided at the end of the day that I was going to do paper on the walls because the paint was just really hard to get in and make it look good, and I just assumed that it was probably, if you added more layers, would have been fine, but I actually just wanted to use paper because it just gave that easier application. And so I chose this wood color, and I'm just trying to sort of measure it by lining it up, and I fold it into the space that I'm going to stick it. And I used hot glue for most of the wood, but I also used some just craft glue for other little parts, which actually works just as fine, but I just assume the hot glue is probably a bit more permanent. So here we go. And here's the first stage done. So we've got all the back wall done, and we also decided to put some paneling on the bathroom cupboard. So here's Ken, just showing you an update on the renovation. He's really pleased with the look so far, but there's a long way to go. So we better get into it, Ken. Get out of the way. We've got a lot more to do. Come on. So this is the craft glue I was talking about, which it doesn't leave that sort of big lump like hot glue, and so I just fixed up a few edges with this and did some of the finer detailing for the wood. I actually used this glue on the side panels, which I'll show you in a minute as well. So I went with this other color that I had in the cupboard, which is the color of my son's bedroom wall, and it's this beautiful sort of aqua green. So this is what I decided to do the cupboard with. Now I will end up giving the cupboard about 3 coats of this green color before I'm done, because as you can see, it's the pink underneath, so it really needs to build up that color to make sure it's nice and matte. And now we need to give the floor another repaint as well. So just painting all in one direction to give it a really nice finish, and making sure we get any little, you know, sanded chunks off there. But putting a really good thick coat on there and just letting it dry overnight. So this project probably took me about 4 days to complete, because I would do a layer of paint, then let it dry and do another one the next day. Okay, so in this next clip you can see that I have finished the side panels. I chose a different wood grain because the other one had run out, but I think it melded pretty well. And I've redone the paneling on the cupboard because I painted over them a little bit the last ones. I've also done the countertop a few times with white paint, and I've decided that that would be the look I'm going for. So here we are. I just put a vase of flowers in, but this is a progress update at this stage. The cupboard is done and all the walls are done. Now we need to look at doing some extra finishings and sort of making this room look a lot more cohesive. So let's get into it. We're going to put wood on these shelves, and that will make them look just that bit more realistic than the white plastic, and sort of go with the wooden rich theme that I'm going for, those rich tones. Earthy, I think you'd call it. So I really enjoy the way that this turned out. There's the shelves, and they can also hold a bit more stuff now. Now for a feature that I think you're really going to like, and that would be very easy to try. So I've got this cool craft paper which has all these different designs, and I need to choose a window finishing. So we're going to be making blinds today. So I ended up choosing this beautiful paint color. I just popped the window out, and you can measure around it with scissors and then cut it out. So you just fold the bottom up in this, what do you call that? Accordion fold? I'm not sure. But basically just do that halfway or to the length you want, and then you use sticky tape, or you fold it over so it's double-sided. Then you can just add or remove these window finishings whenever you like, and it's really, really easy. So they were a little uneven, so I ended up taking them down and refolding them again. You could leave it like this because it looks, you know, more realistic. Like the blinds aren't always going to be perfectly even, but for me, I just needed them to be. So there you can see that I've evened them out. Now I'm going to cover up this waste basket with a more realistic color than the purple, and so I'm using hot glue to paste on some more craft paper. Now to hide the purple rim, I've used this twine and I'm just hot gluing that on again just to give it that nice sort of earthly tone finish all round. Now for the toilet roll holder, I literally just folded a piece of craft metal into this loop and stuck it with hot glue to the wall. Here's my little toilet roll. I just cut up a straw or like a small pipe and a strip of not toilet paper, paper towel, and then glued it at the beginning, glued it at the end of the roll. And so I made a bunch of these to display in the house. So here's a little furnishing update. I couldn't find my nice realistic Barbie toothpaste from Dentist Barbie 1997, so I only had the recent one, which is like this dark pink. It doesn't look very good. And I made reusable bamboo toothbrushes by using a little wooden utensil, so like a wooden spoon from Macca's actually, cut into thin strips and then stick white paper on them. And I made those little shampoo and conditioner bottles you see by cutting up some hard plastic strips and spray painting them, then using Sharpie to draw what looked like a lid on the bottom there. And obviously I just cut a piece of material for the toilet mat. Then with the permanent marker, I'm just finishing the handles because I couldn't be bothered to stick anything on, and I think this looks just as effective anyway. So there you go, they are finished, and here's my other toilet rolls. So I'm really now just adding the finishing touches to the room. The only thing missing is an actual bath, which is meant to go there in front of the counter. There is a bath which would have came with the furniture for this house, but I might make one in another video. Let me know if you'd like to see that. And just to finish off the interior design, I've printed out this little picture from the internet, and it's just a little girl on a swing with some butterflies, and I stuck that on the back of a blue piece of craft paper so it gives that effect of like a frame and goes with the sort of bluey green theme I'm doing. And now the big reveal. Here is the before and afters. So there you have it. I really hope you all enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe so I can see you in the next one. Bye everyone.